Coach!
Throwing on first down. Holmes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
And let's face it, Dak, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Holmes. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. The elements here definitely going to be a factor. You're going to have some drop balls playing in conditions like this.
Yeah, you got to minimize them as best you can. It means 100% of your focus has got to be on making the catch, not on what you do afterwards. Look it all the way in first.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. And Denver getting set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact?
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Back to throw. Holmes throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time, and it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
To throw on third down, Holmes. And this is going to be incomplete. And Denver getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll go with a ground attack here. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Now let's go.
Throwing again. Holmes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and that'll make it 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that
here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd down, Holmes. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's... So the Broncos coming out now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go play action here on first down. Pass incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Now let's go. 3-19.
To throw again. Holmes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And his guys are going to take over at their 48-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Holmes finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd down, it's Matthews. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Oh, man. 4th down and 1, and you're on your own side of midfield? That takes a little bit of courage to pull off, but they went ahead and snapped it, and it'll work out for them as they get the first down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And Coming out now, the Broncos. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, Holmes. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Detroit!
Operating from the gun. Holmes. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Tyreek Hill.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Holmes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Ellis in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.